I can see in here, in addition, the more popular queries that I have inside this organization. So I've got a bunch of sample text and sample words. Again, this is not our organization. This is just a sample demo site. But I can tell that when I'm searching off this search topic, it's actually taking up 51% of all the posts, whereas my Dynamics CRM Online is only taking 15.9% of the posts available. So it makes it relatively easy to see what that is. And I can even see from a language perspective the number of posts that are flowing into those other areas, which in my case is mostly English, but might be different for your organization. So this is showing us all the search topics capable within social listening. I have the ability to very granularly drill down into those topics. Now I can, if I want to, just look at the total amount. I can see what the number of posts per day is, what the average is looking at week over week, the amount of history from a buzz perspective, if trends are going up or down from that perspective. That's all contained within it. I can also start to drill down into these higher level areas to get more information and compare them. So here's a good example. I've got a search topic here on inside higher ed, news, etc. It gives me the total amount of posts that I have, the buzz history, so I can tell, quite recently that's gone up, but plateaued there a bit. I get to be able to see the locations that it's posting in, as well as the languages. If we compare that to Dynamics CRM Online, the first thing you'll notice is that the sentiment is a little bit more mixed here. In this first case, it was about even, about 50% negative to positive. In this case, I've got a significantly higher number of positive posts than I have negative posts. So if this was a particular account or campaign, I would be able to use that to tell how people were trending on it. I can choose to drill into any of these. Each of these sections allows me to get very granularly data on what's being transacted here. So in this case, I clicked into the sentiment summary for Dynamics CRM Online. I can see the positive versus negative. I can see by source. I can see Twitter is extremely positive and Facebook is mostly negative out of the posts that are contained. I can even, if I want to, drill down into a specific map and see within this map where people are posting positive information. So North America, for instance, has an extremely positive sentiment index. That might be less true of Puerto Rico. It's neutral. Or a place like South America where it's much more positive, but there are fewer posts. Now, how is it actually pulling that information to it? It's rating the sentiment not only by time and by volume, but by individual posts. So I can see I've got some negative posts here on the last day and some positive posts here. So roughly over time, I've had a lot of positive posts, but in the last 2 days, I've had an increase in the number of negative posts. If I select any of these specific days, it'll drill down very specifically into the posts themselves. And this is where I can manually see the types of content and information that's being posted to be able to make a response about it. So I noticed here, I've got an item here that's talking about customer service. It's talking about speaking directly with a particular person rather than using Twitter to compose that. And it's used the term, "this is a big gap." So in that particular case, they're saying, hey, I'm unsatisfied with the amount of support that I'm getting. I can, if I want to, click reply and actually pull in information directly into my Twitter item and compose a response to it. I can also, if I want to, scroll down and see particular posts here to say, hey, I can see some particular items within these Facebook posts. These are positive or negative. And I have the ability within any section to choose to change what that post is actually rated at from a sentiment perspective. So if the language searching has detected something that it thinks of as negative, but in fact is positive, I have a way to go back in there and pull the information from there.